Hello, and welcome back to the studio. I'm Dr. Wigo, and today we're going to be unboxing the limited edition Trails into Reverie. Didn't you already review this game? Why, yes. Yes, I did, and you can go watch that review right up here. And in fact, I do an overview of the entire series. Well, then why are you doing this one? I'll explain. But first, if you don't care about my explanation and you just want to know
what's in the box,
skip on to the next chapter where I will open this box and start tearing it apart and showing you everything inside. But first, as always, there's a story. So why did I buy a limited edition of a game I already have finished and reviewed and, just check up there. I'll tell you why. If you watched that video, you would know there's another game coming in 2024, the next one in the series, which is Trails Through Daybreak. And because I have bought stuff from Nisa before, well, I'm wearing an Altina t-shirt. She's one of the protagonists. Minor character in this one. Major character in some earlier games. But I bought stuff from Nisa before, so they sent me emails, said, hey, we got a limited edition of Trails Through Daybreak. So when I went to look at that, which is coming out again, summer of 2024, well, they had some other limited editions sitting around. And one of them was a limited edition of Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4, but they're coming out with PS5 versions like in February. Nisa special editions, these are $99. Now there's a more expensive version that comes with little plushies. I'm not a plushie guy. For like $189. But for $99, you get everything in this box, which we're about to see. But they also had, still in stock, low stock, they're like under 10%, of the Trails into Reverie for $99. Well, I've already bought the game, played the game. Why would I buy this? I'll tell you why. I love these games, and I want them to keep localizing them and bringing them over here. The next two games, the Trails Through Daybreak and the one after that, are already finished and released in Japan, and we're just waiting for the localizations, which is Nisa. So if I support Nisa with my dollars by buying these limited editions, it'll help them have enough money to finish the localizations and bring the rest of the games over. Plus, as you're about to see, there's some cool stuff in here. So I went ahead and bought one of these, and you still can too. I'll link down below the Nisa website where you can still order these. Again, they're low stock. And the Trails Through Daybreak and the Trails of Cold Steel coming in February. That's why I bought it. And by the way, Nisa sells shirts and merch and all sorts of stuff. So when you go to their website, which I will link down below, you can buy all sorts of stuff to help support Nisa so that they'll continue to pour money into localizing these games, which costs a lot of money. I just watched a scene from this game. I love these games so much, I watch other people play them on YouTube. And so I'm watching someone play this game on YouTube, and they get to this scene, and it has to be 20 minutes, and it is all voiced. It's just a complete cutscene that's voiced for like 20 minutes. Yes, there are scenes that aren't voiced, but a whole lot of them are. That costs money. And so I'm supporting Nisa with my dollars so that they'll keep doing this. So this is the limited edition Trails into Reverie, a game that I know I like. So let's see what's in the box. Well, first off, it's a nice box. There's these gold lines on here that are shiny and pretty. I like that. Now when you open the box, I'm gonna go back to front because the thing in the back is the actual PS5 hard copy. You youngins don't remember hard copies when it's really hard to get the plastic off. Here's the box, but wait, there's more. You get a code for a digital soundtrack that you can redeem, which has 5 cuts on it. You don't have to do that. We're gonna get to more music in the box. And there's a little mini art book, but again, it's a better art book in the box. We'll get to that in a minute. So there's your characters, Lloyd and Reen, C, the Grandmaster, and then there's a whole bunch of the Crossbell and Liberal people, and here's Class 7 on this side, and then here's like everybody. Look, Prince Oliver. Oh, these 2 new characters, I love them. And apparently they're in Trails Through Daybreak also, or the one after that. And then we have a scene. There's still more. It has a double-sided cover. So you can take the cover and art and turn it around. There, and now we have a completely different cover with 3 and 9, Rain, Lapis, Lloyd, and then this is another scene from the art book. So you've got 2 covers, but wait, there's more. We go back in the box, there's a CD. Oh great, and it's shrink wrapped. We'll come back in about 10 minutes after I get the shrink wrap off. So we have a soundtrack CD, The Songs of Reverie. If you haven't played the games, the music is amazing. I tell you, this is why I love JRPGs. The music is, the sound effects, when people walk and their footsteps and all that kind of stuff, they pay such attention to detail. Ah, a Steelbook Case. It's got the crossbell scene that we saw in the mini art book. And then we've seen this on a couple of other things. And then we got the trails from Reverie. And we got the shiny gold lines again. And this is embossed. So we have a steelbook that you can put your disc into. In my review, I mentioned we have these 2 new characters that have not appeared in any of the prior games, but apparently will appear in future games, because I like them. When you start the game, there's like a backstory thing on the menu where you can go in and it will summarize all of the previous games very briefly, so you can kind of catch yourself up. But then also on that screen, there's a 3 and 9, a Trail's Tale, and you can read it on screen. But if you buy this edition, oh my God, look, it has a dust jacket. Now the dust jacket is just exactly the same as it's just shinier. That's adorable. I love this kind of stuff. But here you have, this is the same story that's in the game that you can read on screen, but it's in a nice little book. The pictures look a little nicer. It's a fascinating story too. These characters are quite amazing. So you get that, but wait, there's more. Then you get another art book, The Legends of Zemuria. And again, we still got the shiny gold on the cover. There's a warning that the art book contains spoilers for the game. Now, I've already played the game, but if you haven't played the game, skip to the next chapter. We have the character section. Now, we had this in the little mini art book, but this is big. You know, we have a second page, but we still have the shiny gold line, not quite as shiny, about the major characters, Lloyd and Ellie and Tio. You gotta love Tio. It's such a sad story. Her backstory is so sad in the games, but she's turned out all right. And Randy, he's got a fascinating backstory. And Noel, Wazzy. You have to go play the Crossbell games to really get the full sense of Wazzy Hemisphere. He's kind of a minor character in this game, but in the Crossbell games, he's just, go play him. In that video, I talk about that you should probably start with the Trails of Cold Steel games because they're the full 3D models, and the Crossbell games not quite as well realized. Well, I've been playing the PS4 update, and it's not bad, and I'm having a good time. They're good games. So maybe start with those. Although, if you really want the full thing, start with the Trails in the Sky games. Well, they've been remade for PC, but they're still very much lower res. The Crossbell games have been made much more high res. Not high res. You know what I mean. It's not bad. Risha, she has a secret. Reen, who's the hero of the 4 Trails from Cold Steel games. And Yuna, and Kurt, and Altina. See, she's on my shirt. And Musei. Oh, she's funny. Ash Carbide. C. Swin, who's one of the new characters from the 3 and 9 tale. And Nadia. Lapis, who's new in this game. The Emperor. And then we have the original Class 7 from Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2, who also show up in all the rest of the games, but 3 and 4. And Laura, and Elliot, and Machias, and Eustace, and Emma, and Fee, and God, these are just the same picture. Hey, I'm getting ripped off. This is a rip-off. And Crow, and Sarah. And then we have even more minor characters. Agate and Tita, Professor Schmidt and Lecter, Fran and Shizuku. She's a really minor character. Roselia and Celine, Elise and the Princess, Wald and Garcia, Duvally and Claire, Kia and Alex from the Crossbell games. Also from the Crossbell games, Murray, Cowley, Ren, Erica, Zeit, the Holy Wolf, Ilya, Arios, Mateus. You hear about him in the other games, but this is the first game you actually see him in. Aria, she showed up in some of the trailer called Steel. And then we have illustrations. We have the Grandmaster. We have Alyssa. We have Altina in the snow with bunnies. They call her a bunny. So, Ash Carbide's skiboarding. Okay, I know all these characters, and I'm not quite sure who that is. The sword looks familiar, but the face doesn't match the sword. Well, we'll figure that out. Oh, and there's old Crow. I think that's Noelle. It must be Ellie. Never seen her look quite that elegant. And we have Fee, and we have Emma, and Milliam, and Alyssa at the beach. And we have Gaius. And then we have a whole bunch of people here. Yuna. Is that Eustace? It's probably supposed to be Kurt, but it doesn't really look like Kurt. Now that's Lapis. And someone. Laura. Lloyd. Machias. Musée. Fran. Lapis and Nadia. Looks like Swin in the background. There are the bunnies, the white rabbit and the black rabbit. Milliam and Altina from my shirt. Randy, a couple of Reens, Ren, Risha, Tio. Is that supposed to be Rufus? Wazi, and then a bunch of characters. And then these were also in that other little mini book. Crossbell and Liberal People, Class 7. This is the class before Class 7. Trials of Cold Steel 1 and 2, you'll learn who those people are. And then there's just a whole bunch of people. And then another shiny gold line. Well, that's a pretty neat little haul. There's yet one more thing. The end and the beginning acrylic print. Okay, this is just regular print, but this is, it's not 3D. Well, it's a little bit 3D. It's acrylic print, and it's obviously printed on multiple layers. I'm not sure this is going to pick up on camera. But like Swin and Nadia are actually like physically a little above. It's not like 3D. And then you got these little guys. These unscrew. This is a little stand. Well, now you'll know which videos were made after this video, because this is going to be on the shelf behind me. That's everything that was in the box. Again, $99. If you don't have the game, this is a great way to get it because the game alone costs like $60. So for an extra $40, you get this pile of stuff. The cool little picture, the art book, the CD, the Steelbook, the 3 and 9 story book. You get all this. This is $60 by itself. So for the other $40, you're getting this book, the print that's over my shoulder, the CD, and the steel case. Yeah, maybe it's not worth $100. It is to me, again, because I'm supporting NISA, because I want NIS America. Keep doing this. Keep localizing these things. These are fantastic games. Go buy it. If you haven't played the game, absolutely go buy it. That's my unboxing. I think this is a fantastic game. I think everyone should go buy it. Everyone should play it. I had more fun. I've played through it like 7 times now. And I watch people play it on YouTube. That's how much I love this game. It's fun watching the people on YouTube because they speculate about what's about to happen. And of course, you know what's going to happen because you already played. And they're so wrong so much of the time. It's just, I love it. So you can go watch Twit Gamer play it. You can go watch Echo 6 play it. I'll link their channels down below. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Bye-bye. I'm still waving. Thank you for staying all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Bye-bye.